All right. Welcome to the episode of the Bring the Juice podcast. I'm your host, Frank Dalena. Today, I'm co-hosted in an away game in Dallas, Texas with Mykal Walker.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow, getting after it.
First we gonna rock, then we gonna fold, then we let it pop, don't let it go.
Today on the pod, we got Madre Harper, also known as Dre.
Yo.
Dre, man of wearing many hats right now, including a Bring the Juice hat, which we appreciate.
Yes.
Just real quick, let's start it off hot, bro.
You did my dog Mosby, so that's how I seen you.
Mo's my guy.
Yeah, that's how I seen you.
Banger, bro.
Yeah, we was at the Panthers together. That's why I seen you.
Bro.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
You went Raiders, Giants, Raiders,
Yes.
Panthers, now Steelers, right?
Yeah, I'm Steelers. Yes, sir.
League's of business.
Hey, man, undrafted life. It's part of it.
Hey, start us off hot. I feel like you got the juice. I love your energy, bro.
Yeah, I mean, see, look here, man. I'm from Arlington, Texas, from the north side, man. Two-parent household. Parents were married 30 years. Got an older sister. So, you know what I'm saying? Came from a good home. Obviously, everything wasn't perfect, but everything wasn't bad either. So, you know, I think of it like my parents blue-collar people. My dad works at UPS, American Airlines. My mom works for a software company. So just two hardworking people trying to make things. And playing football was just kind of a thing that I knew that. And my dad played. He's 6'4", 250, so a little bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? Played wide receiver. He's from Florida. My dad from St. Petersburg, Florida. Nice. Played at the University of Memphis. Played wide receiver. But I just knew that my dad always knew that like sports was going to be able to give me a life and open up doors that maybe for other people just won't have. Because as Mykal knows, we're able to get in certain rooms, certain conversations, certain business deals that if you try to pursue that other people just can't do or have to go the holy mile to get to. Yep, right. And so I knew that at a young age, ball was going to be something that I liked to do and that I wanted to do. And it was a great thing, and I don't change none of it, but it also kind of gave some of an identity crisis. And I know Mykal probably thought about that too. So sometimes you ever think about, like, I don't know if we're going to go into league or when we had troubles in college, like, dang, what would I do if I didn't play ball? 100%. And I still think about that now. Even though ball's not over, it's not far from over, I still sit down and be like, what other talents does Madre have? Right. What other talents does Mykal have? And we never actually sat on and thought about it because we never had to. We always just, we focus on this ball, we're going to make it. We're going to be able to buy the jewelry and get the nice house and do this and do that. And so, you know,
y'all got matching chains on, low key.
Yeah, I'm saying. Shout out to my jeweler, shout out to Solomon, shout out to AK.
This whole room is dancing right now.
Nah, for sure. But yeah,
AK, you got the same jeweler?
Yeah, I put them on. Yeah, I put them on in Dallas, Texas. Yeah, we can set that up. Yeah, we can set that up.
Like I said, I was excited to have Dre on here. I knew he's gonna bring the energy. I knew this is definitely the guy for this show. Like this podcast is Dre. He got the juice, so it's gonna be a good one, man. I'm excited.
I appreciate it, bro. I mean, you set it off hot, like understanding. And so obviously, I didn't make it to the league. I played college with Mike. We had a great experience together, and even just into that experience, understanding like yes. College itself, you want to learn, you want to get an education on that, but it's the connections you meet and the network you build that really gets you into those doors, those rooms that people don't understand. And I say all the time, strike while the iron's hot. Right. Guess what? You're in the league right now. People want to talk. People want to rent an Airbnb from a current NFL player. They don't
go do that.
Hey,
go do that.
Hey, we'll get into
link in bio. GG Shaka on top. Yeah,
we'll get into that in a sec. But I was saying, like, if you could capitalize on opportunities while the hype's still around your name.
Facts.
You really can get you could get ahead of the game.
And the thing is, somebody told me, a vet told me this. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my dog, Logan Ryan. I got a lot of it. Even like my mentor, we'll get into that. My mentor, Mike Hawkins, who he met, is like been training me since 8th grade. He's not no trainer. He just showing me the love, just give me the juice, the knowledge, everything. But like, they tell me like, bro, even if you leave the league with 200,000, let's say that. Obviously, we want to make millions. But say you play 3-4 years and you leave the league with 200,000, you are still on a better foot than 98% of Americans.
100%.
How old are you, Dre?
25.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna say. And I've said this to Mike. I've said this to a lot of boys of mine in the league. I work a hard job, 80 hours. My family farms onions for a living. Okay?
Oh yeah, you working.
In it. Been doing it. Get it. I'm used to it. I love it. It's made me the man I am today.
Right.
Held my athletic career, but now I'm back in it, right? As an adult.
Right.
And I said this. I manage a lot of people. I know friends that make good money.
Right.
Unless you're doing a gig like owning your own business or like real estate where you're commission based per se, there's not many 9-to-5s where you're collecting 200 G's a year. No. There's none. And I'm not, and again, obviously I respect the game of football. I've been a part of it. My boys they're going through it. I'm seeing them grind, do their thing, wishing them the best, supporting them. But it also is different. Like, you've been doing this for a long time.
No, for sure.
I don't want to say it's a game because it is life. But at the same time, like, you understand, hey, it's not. It is 52 weeks a year. Don't get me wrong.
No, for sure.
But you got time to open a little Airbnb on the side.
No, for sure. And even think of it like this. Mike told me this. Even though Mike always told me, like, you put your heart, your soul, you put your everything into this ball. It's going to give you everything that you want to do. And you have to. And yeah, you may sacrifice other things in life. But at the same time, he also told me, okay, Madre, you don't budget your money. You go and spend all your stuff. You got to remember, the average career is what? We get into the league at 22. We're not talking about people that are these anomalies. We're talking about you get into the league at 22. Say you retire at 30.
Okay.
That's 8 years, right?
Yep.
That's an 8-year career. That's a great career. You play 8 years in the league.
That's great.
That's a great career.
Great career.
No matter if you were Tom Brady, or no matter if you were just a dude who got a check every year, who's a 1-year dude. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
You play 8 years in the league, right?
Right.
You're only 30. We're living to 80.
That's crazy.
You have another 50 years.
Yeah.
Think about that.
And things are only getting more and more expensive. The
So
value
we're doing all X, Y, and Z, but we as football players, I think we think too much of like, oh, it's going to be forever. But you realize that this is only 10, 15% of our life.
Right.
And it feels like so much more because of the work we put into it.
Absolutely.
But you got to remember, you have another 40, 50 years outside of football that you still have to live.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're already hitting on right now. So touch on what are you doing right now to get you prepared to move forward after football?
So, yeah. So with me, obviously, I came out of Southern Illinois. I went to the Raiders undrafted, got signed off a P squad, active to the Giants.
Yes.
Played there for a year. Next year, ended up getting cut. No politics. Some draft picks. So they wanted to keep him on the team, even though I feel like I outplayed him. But it's just how it goes sometimes. And Michael knows that. You know that
business.
It's business how it goes. Sometimes you could be the best player, but you have to wait your turn. It doesn't matter right now. They paid somebody. So end up leaving, going back to the Raiders. The Raiders called, so they wanted me back. They ended up cutting me in a week. I was on P squad there, and they cut me in a week. They wanted to get a safety, which I didn't play safety, so it's fine. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Ended up going to the Panthers, was there for 2 years, played a couple bit here and there. And then now I'm at the Steelers.
Right.
So it's been a journey. And after all, like getting cut and, spending money and we made that first year, our rookie year, and we made all that money, like it was just crazy. I'm like, man, I'm getting 18, 20,000 a week. Like,
It's different than a scholarship check. Different than a scholarship.
I'm like a week. And it kind of messed me up because I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to go out. I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to spend this bread. And then I'm going to make the team next year because I work hard.
Right.
I perform.
Yep.
It's not like and everybody knows me, I don't drink. So I work out a lot. I work out all the time. I'm prepared. It isn't like, oh, I got the money. I spent the money. I just stopped working out. Right. Nah. I came back into camp, killed it, crushed it. Came to OTAs, killed it, crushed it. And then I got cut. And I'm on P squad. Now my check dropped. And obviously, what was me? First world problems. But the spending habits didn't change. And then I was like, well, dang, Madre, this ain't good because now you didn't spend a lot of money. Now you ain't get it back the next year. Now you sitting around looking at your account. It ain't jumping like it used to. Them 20,000 checks ain't jumping. You getting 5 a week now. Right. And I know people are like, oh, I'd love to get that. Yeah, I understand that. But if you built up this certain type of lifestyle, it's hard to do that type of cut. So then I'm like, dang, okay. So that next year came. Okay, boom, at the Panthers. I'm gonna do it. Go out there, have a great camp. Didn't work out. We have some draft picks. We ended up getting another first rounder, ended up paying some dudes, and just didn't work out for me. And it wasn't because I couldn't play, just the way the business side of it. Yeah. But then I'm like, okay, you know what? One, I'm tired of getting cut. Right. So obviously I must work harder because I don't see it as they're doing me bad. You're not
pointing the finger.
That's not how I was raised.
Right.
That means that, Madre, you are not going in there and being that much dominant where they just cannot deny you.
Right.
So how I saw it, you got to go harder. You got to work harder. But on the other hand, the way you spend this money, you can't do that.
Right.
So then I was like, okay, you know what? Let me figure out another way to make money. And I sat down with my family and my team and just, okay, I looked at maybe starting a clothing brand, or I looked at maybe trying to do acting or modeling, just whatever it may be. Yeah. And I thought real estate would be the best thing for me. But at the time, so people don't understand this. When you make this type of bread, but it's a year-to-year thing, like Michael, even though we get contracts and all that, they can still cut you. Mm-hmm. Like I could have got cut and maybe not played for the next 10 weeks. Right. So it's hard for me to...
You're never safe.
Yeah, it's hard for me to go out and do certain things. That's one of the reasons why I haven't bought a house yet. It's one of the reasons why I haven't done things like that yet, because my career's been a little shaky. And so it's just hard for me to make that type of commitment. So I was like, okay, I want to buy property, but I don't want to shell out the same money for a down payment. Yeah. Because I have the money to go spend 40, 50,000 on a down payment. Sure. But if I do that and that takes a chunk out of my, my cash, and I don't play for the next year, it's like, oh man, now it's like, okay.
Now I'm paying off a house. I'm
now obviously you hope that that you get renters and this, but you already know that stuff like that be changing. You got to have reserves. So then I was okay, Airbnb. Let me start with that, and I still want to do real estate, but I was okay. Let me start with Airbnb. A little cheaper for me to get into. Yeah. It's a lease. Yeah. If it doesn't work, you know what I'm saying, I can get up out of it, et cetera, et cetera. And that's how I got into the Airbnb field. And now I'm at 4 Airbnbs, and obviously end up getting a business bank account and business credit cards and stuff like that to able to offset some of those costs.
There's these Airbnbs.
Yeah.
I want
to
plug you right now.
For sure. I got 2 in Dallas, and I got 2 in Arlington, Grand Prairie area, kind of down the street from the stadium, but also next to the Epic Center, Epic, which is like this indoor water park in Grand Prairie. So if you're from Texas in this area, you'll know about it.
Right.
Link in my bio, y'all Instagram, they're going to tag me all that. So y'all better find that.
We're going to make sure we flash
Yeah, for sure. So, so that's kind of how I got started with that. And it's been going well. Because I did 3 of them this year in 1 month.
Okay.
Yeah, so
you're making moves.
I moved fast because
Good.
I was okay. Took the business credit card, forget it, max it out, boom, hit it. Took my other cash, boom, did it, just so I could get it going. And now obviously it's paying myself back from making income and getting things going. But it's going well. I'm making profit. I'm making money. I'm paying the rent. Obviously the most important part to pay the rent, and obviously making a little money. But I know that when the summer hits, and obviously I get the reviews because everybody knows Airbnb's algorithms and having a cerern amount of reviews and being a super host.
The podcast game is the same shit, bro. It's all about hitting it at the right time, getting the right 5-star reviews, all that stuff. A couple of comments, maybe like
exactly.
So little post
the whole like gurus on Instagram. Right. Oh, you spend $20,000 on Airbnb and you're gonna make $100,000 in 2 months.
Shit ain't always sweet, bro.
No, because there's algorithms, there's reviews you need. You got to have certain processes in place.
Right.
Everything's just a little different. You got to have a little money to float it. Because think about when I was getting it furnished out and stuff like that, you may not make all your rent that month. So you have to still pay your rent. Because, say if you start in the middle of the month, well, you only have 3 weeks to make the rent, man. It's things, and you don't want to start too high, too low. It's just a whole bunch of factors.
How many renters you had so far? It's still fresh.
I don't know. I mean, I've pretty much been booked out every day. It's probably only been about 5 to 8 days on each unit that I haven't been booked. There you go. So I've been doing pretty good, yeah. Good. But now I'm on the process of raising my prices. So I didn't start out super high because I wanted to build the reviews, build the stars, and then slowly raise the prices where people see, okay, they're not just going to be caught off guard.
Yeah.
About the prices. And then it's going to get to a point where, dang, he has 40 reviews and all 5-star. They're going to pay the price. They're going to pay it. Yeah, exactly.
As a guy who's rented Airbnbs in the past.
Yeah, you look for stuff like that.
Why wouldn't
say I'm charging this amount, but I got 2 reviews.
Yeah.
That's just not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Also, I mean, we recently went on my bachelor party, and my fiance went on her bachelorette, and they went through the process of trying to find a house. They're trying to stay in Malibu, girls, yoga and all that bullshit. And a little different than Cabo. But they got bamboozled on the whole Airbnb thing because this place, it said it had 5 stars. It was pretty reasonably priced. These pictures look like they were in the Beverly Hills freaking
and that's a no. Don't be lying on Airbnb.
And they were lying, and they got bamboozled. And I'm over here, and they can't. They're like, we don't know where they're gonna stay now. That was a fake spot. They got gypped on the whole thing, and it's like, you can't do that either. No. Obviously, you're not fucking doing.
Nah, but you want to represent your property properly. Like I have professional photos, but I'm not adding photos that aren't my property.
Do you advertise at all that you're an NFL athlete owner on the properties?
At first I did it because I never really thought about it now, but then my financial advisor was like, why don't you have that in your bio? So I did add it now. I did add it on my bio. I did add it. At first, I don't know. I just never thought about it. I don't know.
It's not another thing about it, but it's also like you want to be humble with your shit.
Right.
And you don't want people to only come after you because of it.
Yeah.
But you earn those stripes, Dre.
Yeah. I would say too, though, as a person who does, every time I don't do hotels anymore. If I go somewhere to stay, I'm taking Airbnb. I have family now. Airbnb.
You need the space.
If I know, okay, this dude's a professional athlete, then I think you're a professional. So I'm going to trust you more based off of that than I just looked at a review because, like you said, it was a fake Airbnb spot.
Right.
But if you're a person, I could just go look you up. You're all good. I can go look you up. You're not. You rip me off. I can go find you.
Nah, for sure.
You know what I'm
saying? But you can. No, you can.
What I'm saying. I can sue you.
You can sue you.
You're a person. If you put that on there, it's more like I feel more comfortable doing that because I can find that person. When people get scammed, it's a fake account.
Right, it's true. And I did add it to my bio now. I didn't know that people really looked at the bio.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the
people really click your profile and look at the bio.
I do too. Yeah.
But okay,
I always stayed at hotels. I never really did Airbnb because I don't really have a family or nothing. And I like the experience of a hotel. You know what I'm saying? I like the valet and stuff like that. And especially on cities that, you know what I'm saying, I'm not familiar with.
Sheets
hotels
are all tight.
Hotels kind of give me like a little safety feel. Because sometimes with Airbnbs, you're in somebody's neighborhood.
I've been there. Been part of that too.
So I'd be like, okay. Now, if it's a big crowd, big group of us, it's one thing. But by myself, I'd be like, man, I'm going to stay at a hotel. At least I know I'm somewhat safe.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, from the apples to apples category side of things, like, let's say, I'm not saying these are Airbnbs, but like if I'm trying to rent a house in Dallas and it's X amount of square feet and it looks like this, and the same exact house is right next to it, and I'm reading the bios, and let's say it's your twin brother, and one of them says, my name, instead of Dre, it's Andre instead of Madre, and he's whatever, but you put in your bio, oh, by the way, I'm an NFL defensive back, or I'm an NFL whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. Chances are, as an American, probably gonna book that one.
And I added it to my bio, and I haven't seen anybody ever comment about it to me yet. Now it may have got me some bookings, we just don't know, because I don't think nobody's gonna outright just say, "Hey, I booked your unit because you said you're an NFL in your bio." Can I get an
autograph?
But I'm pretty sure they, like you said, I know people do look at it, and so that's things I had to learn over time. The right description, the way you do your photos. Like and I'll see you guys my links so y'all can look at it. It's really nice though. Like the links, the HD photos, really detailed, and the light. And all that really does matter, and getting bookings and getting bookings and people coming to your units, all that really matters.
Bro, Joe, we were just talking before you got here. We were smacking some Wingstop, and we were talking about just hustles in life and stuff. And I don't want to go into the dog one, but my brothers and me, we used to go on Craigslist.
Okay.
And we'd buy for like $300 like a crappy little dirt bike. Okay. Mm-hmm. Craigslist doesn't always look the most presentable, right?
It does not.
We'd wash it, and take a nice professional picture of it, and sell it for $600 more like the same day.
Yeah, see? Easy flip. Because it's all
about how are you presenting yourself. Like
facts.
Anything. And like, you could use that too as in first impressions. If you're going to a business meeting, you're going to make sure you look presentable.
Right, for sure.
Business presentable. That's part of the deal. At this point in life, especially, like, even just shaking a dude's hand, like, you're going to make eye contact.
Right.
Make sure you got not some soft ass little dead fish.
Right.
You're gonna get in there a little bit, like, I got
for
some
sure.
testosterone in my ass.
For sure.
And it's just the way you kind of go about it. And I think, the vehicle, you understanding at the young age of, yes, we're bringing in this type of income and the unique occupation of a professional football player, like it's one in whatever million it is.
For sure.
But the fact that you have said, hey, I'm gonna take this bread, put it in a vehicle that will lead me to ultimately more bread that's sustainable. And
Facts.
Guess what? It doesn't matter if the Raiders, Giants, Panthers, Steelers, Falcons, Rams, whoever the hell dealing with these days, they want me or not. Guess what? I'm still making bread over here.
Right, for sure. I'm still, and that's the biggest thing for me. Like, I want to make sure my family's still taken care of. And I want to have a great career in the league. I want to be a Hall of Famer. I want to be the best. I didn't do all this work, and I didn't wake up at 6 a.m. when I was at 7 years old running hills and not going to birthday parties and not doing sleepovers. And I didn't put all this work in to come in here and be average.
Right.
But at the end of the day, at the same time, I know that the bread will stop. Yes. I know the checks will stop coming, and you still need to be able to set your family up to still support them, however that comes. So I was like, nah, I got to do something else. And to me, why would you not?
Right.
Look at all the basketball players. Basketball players do it. They do it all day long. Yeah. They're getting their dues, and they're buying land and buying farms and getting these tech deals.
Hey, farm guy, let me know if you want to get in on that.
You know what I'm saying? And like, all these dudes are doing it. So it's like, why are football players not doing more deals? We're smart. We're not dumb.
Why do you think that is?
I think the culture is just different.
I think it's more
less people.
I think it's more of the fact that we wear helmets. You know what I'm saying? Basketball
Our face is not on the screen all the time.
All the time. As if football, anything. And Mike, you talked about this before. Football is one of the only sports where on Sundays, bro, you're on their fantasy team. They got your fucking jersey up in their house.
Yeah.
They love you. When you're walking out with the headphones on pregame, they're asking for autographs, all that.
Right.
And guess what? You come with a fit to the mall. They don't even know who the fuck you are.
Think about like this.
They don't know who you are.
They don't.
If you're the seventh, let's say you're the seventh rotational player in the basketball team, right? You get in the game. You're the seventh. You're not the sixth man. You're seventh. But you don't have a helmet on. If you walk around the mall, you will see like, oh, I know that guy. He's my favorite. I know that guy. You're a football player. You're a second string football player. Let's say you're second string. You play a lot, but you're not a starter. I don't know who the fuck you are. Maybe your number, like you wear your number on you. Oh, yeah, I know that guy.
Or maybe like if you tell somebody your last name, they may be like, "Oh, okay, I know that."
You know what I'm saying?
It's different though.
As a basketball
Football
player,
is different.
Yeah. So like, if you're a regular, it's the same thing that goes what I just told him. Like when you say that, like, "Oh, I'm so and so," and I have these properties. Oh, okay, I can relate to you. I think I know of that guy, so I can definitely choose that guy.
Right.
Yeah, basketball player, you see them. Those guys. We talk about. Like you talk about all this different stuff they get into, all those different type of avenues that they get to. Right. It's because people recognize them.
They do,
and that's the biggest part. That's the biggest disconnect from football to basketball.
Yeah, and I think more so in basketball too as well. Like what I be seeing, like they're more taking dudes under their wing and able to like exercise that right to go invest in things and go do other things. And I feel like in football, we don't in the locker room. I'm not sure about your locker room, but nobody really talks about investments. Nobody really talks about what to do with their money. Now, if you ask a vet, hey, how do you invest or what do you do? I'm not saying they won't tell you, but I've never had a vet be like, hey guys, I got this deal coming. Who wants in?
Yeah, never.
Damn. And I be seeing basketball players do that all the time. They be like, oh yeah, him and them are getting it. I'm like, dang, why we not doing that? So now it's like, okay, Madre, I'm going to do it. But now I got to build up my process for it because I want to own apartment complexes. And I really believe if we got a couple dudes in the league, say we got 10 of us to throw in 10 bands, right? Mm-hmm. Just 10, that's $100,000. With our contracts, right? We could leverage and get $1 million from somebody to give us $1 million, right? Mm-hmm. That $100,000, they'll match it, right? So say that we do that. We could go get an apartment complex and we all got percentages in it. All getting payouts every month, you know what I'm saying? And then that's something for our kids down the road. But obviously you have to get guys' mindset around it. You have to have the right team because a lot of dudes get scammed.
Yeah.
There's plenty of people out here who do business.
But you gotta
and take your money and go dip on you.
You gotta find the dude though too, and this is I think this is one of the harder things to do that you could trust.
Nah, for sure. That's
in the whole.
Nah, that's the biggest thing for sure.
Because there's a lot of snakes. Listen, I'm not an agent. I'm not an investor or anything like that. I mean, I invest, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to say, hey, yo, Dre, Mike, give me $1 million each. This is what we're going to do. Here's just what you're going to get. I'm not going to be the dude who puts my neck on the line for that because I know how shit goes. I've been scammed by friends before in my life to the point where I'm like, damn, I could really use that $35,000 right now in my life. But planning a wedding.
I ain't gonna say nothing, but I've invested with people and it didn't. And I know you can lose on investments, but still, I look back at the money unlocked and I'm like, bro, I could really use that right now with X, Y, and Z.
Use it right now, and I'm just saying, like, but regardless, building up that trust to be like, I trust this dude. I understand that it's gonna come apart. I think it's too wishy-washy in sports because guys who aren't involved in athletics. Mm-hmm. They want to be, and that's their avenue. It's like, hey, you got money. I know what to do with money. Let's be a team. But in reality, and maybe more pro athletes with big bread need to get involved to say, hey, yo, I understand what it's like for you to be not a Tom Brady type contract, but you're ahead of the game.
Right.
Let's invest in these few avenues.
Right.
And you're going to be
and that's
good.
Why I say I think that vets could do that, or when we become vets, we can do that. Like, it may not be every deal. I ain't telling nobody to bring everybody and bring the whole village. But if you got a couple dudes in the locker room that have the same mindset as you and that still want to take care of their family besides, outside of ball, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, I'm looking at purchasing an apartment complex. This is the amount, these are the numbers, this is the cap rate, this is this is the rent roll.
Sure.
This is what we're gonna need to do. This is the interest rate. If you want to invest on it, let me know something.
Yeah.
See, one thing I want to touch on, just to kind of bring it up a little bit, because you got a really inspiring story. Like, you and me were getting to know each other.
Yeah.
You got my brother, Jay White. You guys hit it off.
Yeah, for sure.
You got an inspirational story. I think it's perfect for Bring the Juice. I mean, I want to go. I'm a football guy. I want to go. I want to take us through that. I mean, you were that guy around here.
So, yeah, man. So, story. From Arlington, Texas, had like 40 offers coming out of high school. It was a couple of us. Me, Shane Buechele, who played for the Chiefs.
Right.
Chris, he went to Alabama. Kofi went to Arkansas. And so we were all coming out. I ended up committing to Oklahoma State. Loved it there. No big deal. Graduated high school early. You know what I'm saying? So I went in January, in the spring, came to school already a sophomore, because I was taking dual credit classes, so I was ahead of the game.
You were built for this shit.
Yeah. I was. This is my life. This is I do business and all that, but I love football. This was what I was bred to do.
That's
literally.
That's why I want to take it here, because you got.
I was bred to do this, literally. My dad literally used to run hills every Saturday morning as a kid. Ran summer track, did Brazilian jiu-jitsu, did ballet, tap dance, gymnastics, all this to build myself up. We really did this. So it's like, go to college, Freshman year, play as a true freshman, play special teams, play a little bit on defense, woo-de-woo. Next year, come back. I'm like, okay. But see, I was getting into it with my coaches because, like, I was a kid that I was a hard competitor. In practice, I went hard. I went real hard. And a lot of people didn't like that. They didn't like how hard I did. They didn't like that in practice. I wanted full speed, and I want to crush you every single rep. Yeah. So, I would get into it with other offensive players. We would get into fights in practice and woo-de-woo this, little stuff like that. But I'm a true competitor, and I'm not going to ever back down from that. But I did learn you do got to control yourself at times too. And so sometimes I feel like I never like disrespect. So I feel like if somebody was talking to me out of character or not talking to me like I'm a little kid, I never liked that. So I'll bump heads sometimes with the coaches about, how we do certain things or certain techniques and it wasn't like I don't like authority. It was just like, nah, I have an opinion on it. So let's talk it out.
Sure.
And I feel like in college sometimes in college they feel like, well, you should do this because I told you so.
100%.
And I didn't never like it because I'd be like, why? I have a good grade. I have a 3.8. I go to class. I'm not late on anything. I don't cause no trouble. Why can't we have like a grown conversation? So bumped heads a lot. Then I remember I got into I had been in a couple fights in practice, but I'd never been in trouble in school and nothing like that. But they already kind of, using college, like the dudes that fight too much, they kind of, you need to stop that, woo-woo. They don't be liking that. And so,
you know what?
Yeah, whatever. It's just practice. It's practice.
That's what I'm saying.
So I was bumping heads with my DB coach. He just wasn't seeing eye to eye. And then I got into like this one last fight in practice. I remember I woke up the next morning, my locker was empty. It said Cowboy football. Yeah, just next morning. And so then I had a meeting with Coach Gundy, and he was just like, felt like this is not a good, spot for you. Feel like you need a fresh start somewhere. And that was it. And they just kicked me out the team just like that.
And you were just out there floating.
Floating. So they moved me out of the football dorms. We had the football apartments that everybody lived in. I went to go live with, I hate to say regular people, but just non-athletes.
Yeah, non-athletes.
Not regular people, just non-athletes, small. I stopped going to class. I didn't care. I was depressed. Football, I was like, man, back then, this is 2017 before the portal stuff happened. So, they blocked me from going to a lot of schools. I wasn't really sure I was going to transfer and woo-woo and all this. So I was really depressed. I didn't know my career was going to go. And I knew it. And I was like, man, I just went from being a 3-star, 4-star, having all these offers to going to college, thinking, I'm going to take over, graduate, leave in 3 years, go to the league, go first round. And now I'm not on the team right now because of getting in fight in practice.
Yeah.
It threw me off for a loop. But I needed that, though, because I did need to calm down. I did need it to sometimes be able to walk away. But it was still, to me, it was still stupid. It could have been worked out, but they didn't have to. They don't have to do nothing. And so then
the business
side of it end up. So then, I had a lot of free time on my hands because I wasn't playing balls during the season too. I got kicked the team second game of the season. This was during the season.
This during the season.
Yeah,
September.
Yeah, September.
Wow.
I missed my whole sophomore year. I have no sophomore year tape.
Wow.
I don't even know how that's legal. So
you're watching. You're waking up on Saturdays like.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Like
you're watching the team.
Yeah, it wasn't like I don't smoke, I don't drink, so I didn't feel no drug test. No, I got in the fighting practice. Kick me off because they just feel like
fighting in practice. That's crazy.
And I never spoke on it. I never called the media because I never told you I don't believe in stuff like that. I'm not going to bash nobody. They gave me opportunity as a scholarship. I still appreciate them.
Sure.
Now maybe I would have handled it differently, and I don't believe in crushing kids' dreams or careers like that.
No. Yeah.
But they didn't want to work with me. And that's fine. I mean, it is what it is.
So sophomore year, boom, take us through that. What's the next steps? Your sophomore year, you're sitting, you're at home in the dorm room. What are you doing?
Tell me about the first Saturday you're watching from your dorm. That's
not the
football dorm.
I was sick. Man.
You had to watch.
I had to watch everybody. On TV. And everybody's like, "Why you didn't travel? What happened?" And this, and that. People at the crib telling my parents, "Oh, I heard Madre."
People don't realize.
I heard Madre stopped playing football to go do music, or he got kicked the team because he got in trouble with the law. And I'm like, this is a bunch of lies, man. But like,
how was that breaking that to your dad? Like,
he was pissed. He's like, "You ruined your career."
Yeah, like you said your dad
told me.
Played in the league.
He's like, all my hard work, you just ruined it.
How was it? I mean,
how do you take that?
I was like, dang, I felt bad because I wear my parents' name on my back.
Yeah,
everything I do is a representation of my parents. Absolutely. And I'm like, damn, man, I couldn't even come to college.
I respect the hell out of, by the way.
I couldn't even come to college and handle my business, and I was brave for it. You got to remember, like, I wasn't like, I just play football for fun. No, I knew how to act. I know how to carry myself. And you telling me I couldn't control my anger enough, and I killed the team?
Yeah,
I can see I killed the team for missing practice, failing drug tests,
right? Not going to class, bad GPA, liability, whatever.
I killed the team for arguing with my coaches and getting into fights in practice. I could see if I got into fights in games, stuff like that. Nah,
too many 15-yard
penalties. Nah, none of that. And I'm like, man, this is stupid. I felt bad. I did. I didn't know how to tell my mom. I told my mom I got the team. My mom was like, what? And so then she called, and they were just like, you just feel like, we can't control them and this and that. And it was a lot of BS. Like, A lot of stupid stuff that on their side and my side. Some of the stuff I could have just walked away. Some of the stuff you didn't need to talk to me like that or go about it in that way.
Sure.
But sometimes you have to take that type of stuff in life in order to get where you need to go. Because we know in the league, coaches are going to say certain things, they're going to do certain things, and you can't react to that. You can't show them that it bothers you. Sometimes you got to say yes, sir, and keep pushing. Yep. That's why I said it taught me a good lesson and prepared me for the league. I'm going to go through disappointments like that. And I can't always react the way I want, even if I am right. You can't just blow up, even if you have the whole right to. You got to sit there and be like,
you got to
all
take
right,
it on
coach.
chin sometimes. It's not
and as a young dude, 18, 19, you know, I graduated early. I'm young. I ain't really had that much maturity. It was hard for me. And yeah, they should have worked with me.
But that's not even 18, 19. But that's as a man.
As a man.
And guess what? College football, you got to become a man real quick.
Nah, for sure.
Because it's sink or swim.
And some schools would have worked with you. You know, I'm sure you had like you said, you love Fresno. You had great coaches. They would have worked with you.
Yeah.
They just chose not to work with me for whatever reason.
So how'd you end up at Southern Illinois?
So, finna transfer. I end up. So I told them earlier, I ended up getting shot. So I went to go.
You can't just
yeah, I know.
speed
I know. So I was going out to the mall. I was just going out to the mall. OKC was like, 30, 40 minutes.
At this point.
No, I'm not on the team.
Oh, right. You just go out
went out to the mall. It was out there pretty late. I was ended up leaving. I went to go visit some friends. I was in the parking lot of an apartment complex. Okay. Some dude walked up on me. I had a scat pack in college. Okay. So, you know what I'm saying? I was riding around a little decent. And so I wasn't sure if he was trying to I don't know if he was trying to rob me from my car, whatever he thought I had, whatever it may be.
Sure.
So we got into a little scuffle, ended up having another dude there, ended up getting shot, and then getting away, calling the ambulance, and the rest is that.
He shot you?
Yeah, some other dude came out the corner in my knee.
Hurt?
How did you get away?
Well, we ended up tussling, and then I don't think he really wanted to shoot nobody, to be honest. He just started really busting, trying to scare me, end up hitting me, and then I ended up getting in the car and driving away. And then I was like, dang. So I was like, dang, because I knew my knee started hurting. And I was like, well, I know I didn't hit my knee. So I looked at it, had a little, it's something like a little 22. Yeah. And then I had a little bullet hole. So then I checked my body, we'll see if I had any other hits. And because now I went to school to be a physical therapist. So I was in medical classes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it wasn't I'm not saying I've been shot before, but
you could dissect your.
Well, I could look at myself and be like, okay, I know enough where
the adrenaline going. We're like, I gotta get.
I didn't feel it though.
Really,
it didn't hurt. And to be honest, I'm not. No, there's no tough guy stuff. I just had enough adrenaline where you gotta remember you're trying to fight or flight.
Right.
Yeah. It's your life on the line. You're not gonna worry about no pain.
No.
Obviously, after it wore off, yes, it was hurting. My knee was swollen. Yeah, all that. But at the time, no, it really didn't hurt that bad. To be honest, it's not like the movies where you get hit and they're just sitting on the ground crying. Nah.
So getting shot in your knee, did that affect ACL, MCL, I mean,
it just hit a little bit of my bone. That was it. So I was blessed. God has blessed me for sure.
You ran the next day?
I didn't need surgery technically. They just wanted to do surgery to make sure there wasn't still bullet fragments in there, and to make sure everything was okay.
But you had no rehab after, nothing like that.
I had to do rehab. They had surgery.
Right.
They cut my whole knee open.
Oh, so they had to cut you. They had to cut you.
Yeah, to go in there and clean it out.
I didn't know
everything.
if it was in the thigh.
They went straight through my knee and then out the back.
Oh damn! It went all the way through.
Yeah, it went all the way through. So
it had to have been pretty close then.
It was pretty close. Yeah. So had surgery, so they had to look at my knee and make sure everything was good and clean it out, make sure no bullet fragments, everything all like that. Next day, so I called my mom, was like, hey, I have to owe you medical, need to come pick me. My mom was like, what? And I was like, it was just crazy. It was crazy time. Yeah. And then my mom came in, got me. We drove back to school, back to my little dorm. It was finals week. This was December 10th or something like that. Yeah. Didn't study for them. I failed every single final. I failed every final. I think I made C's and D's that year. I failed every final.
Just done.
Which is unlike you.
You're just done.
I was done. I was done.
We hear about that's not.
And I got kicked out of the team. I didn't play all year. Yeah. Didn't know what school I was going to. I was trying to go to Arkansas, trying to go to SMU, maybe trying to come back home. You know what I'm saying? Right. Chad Morris was the coach at Arkansas at the time. He had just left SMU, but they had some type of thing with they were over scholarship limit. They were trying to get people out. Said, we want you to wait till May. It was a lot of stuff going on. Me trying to transfer. Then my knee was messed up now. Yeah. So then I was like, well, dang, I didn't want a lot of coaches and be like, hey, I'm healthy. Because when I go to the visits, I'm going to be on crutches. Yeah.
Crutches is tough. A limp is one thing. Yeah. Crutches are tough.
So it's obviously I lost everything. Nobody wanted to recruit me, especially nobody knows what's going on with my knee. And so I was the only school so my best friend from high school was playing there. So
at Southern Illinois.
Yeah, Bryce.
Saluki.
Yeah. So Bryce, he asked his coach, wooty woo. And this is before I got shot. I already reached out to him just to have an offer, Then at first they took the offer back. So I told my parents, okay, well, I don't want to miss a semester for school purposes, and I need to be on somebody's team. And I could have waited till May to try to go to one of these bigger schools. Yeah. But I was like, man, I don't know. Me sitting out a year may have not been good. Because of my knee health. I need to get on somebody's team. And me going to
You're
a
an
big
athlete. You're 19, 20 at this point?
20, it's my sophomore year, so I was 20. Yeah.
19, 20.
Yeah. Something like that. So I was like, man, my parents, so I was like, okay. Someone took their offer away, but we said we'll walk on.
Yeah.
And I was going to sell my car and then use that to pay the tuition costs.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, so.
At Southern Illinois, Saluki.
Yeah, and Carbondale, Illinois.
Damn.
Talk to me about Carbondale, Illinois real quick. Elevator pitch.
Old school, been around for a while, middle of nowhere, 2 hours from the airport, from St. Louis Airport. But the cornfield, super old, not a lot going on, small school. It was a different world, trust me.
Wait, what are they, D1?
D1 AA.
Okay, so you got FCS.
Yeah. I mean, they were terrible. Let's be honest. No offense, they were terrible. We went 2-9 my first year there.
Ooh. So you were there for 2 years. Okay.
2 years.
All right, so you got your career there. You come in. You're coming in hot.
Well, I didn't play spring ball because my knee was messed up.
Okay, you come in summer?
Yeah. Well, I came to spring ball. I just couldn't do nothing. So I was doing rehab, and that's pretty much it.
So to go from OK State, hyped up,
playing in front of 60,000 people to playing in front of 200.
200?
What was the mental
200 people at the game.
What was
200.
the mental like?
I was crushed. I was in a dark place.
How'd you stay up?
I mean, with Mike, my family, and just the goal, like, man, I told myself my career ain't gonna die here.
Yeah.
I'd be darned. Oh, I'm not. My career's not done. I don't care what nobody else says about me. I'm a warrior.
Yeah.
I'm a real life warrior.
Right.
I'm a real life warrior. I really am nice with this. I really can play ball. I really am nice. And I know that if God blessed me enough to be able to still run and walk after taking a bullet to the knee, I know I'm meant to play football. And I will not allow SIU to take the joy, the hunger, none of my transgressions, none of the people talking bad about me, none of the coaches said what they said, none of that. They will not stop me from achieving my goal. And every day I woke up and every day I grind up there, and I was a janitor at there. I worked from 5 to midnight, you know what I'm saying, to make ends meet, to work. I worked at big lots because we weren't getting the same type of bread at Oklahoma State. We weren't getting the same type of support because it's a smaller school, less money. It is what it is. We rode buses to every game, 8-hour bus trips. Damn. You know what I'm saying? We only got one pair of cleats. I had to buy my own pair of cleats to have 2 pairs of cleats. We only had one helmet. Damn. We didn't have all these different jerseys. No, we had none of that.
It ain't high level D1 anymore.
Ain't none of that.
Right.
So it's like, okay, and we only got fed once a day. We only got breakfast. Breakfast is the only meal that was guaranteed. Everything else was on you.
Damn.
So I was struggling whether I stay in the lunchroom and I would just sit there till I would stay in the breakfast. So we go to breakfast in the morning, breakfast check, and I would stay in there till they change for lunch, so I could eat again. So I did. I missed the whole class. I missed all my classes. I had friends and people that was in class give me the notes. I got to eat because I ain't got no money.
Right.
And so my parents helped support me here and there, but they couldn't do the same things Oklahoma State was doing. And it's just different. You know what I'm saying? And my parents, we're not broke or nothing, but we ain't wealthy. We're just middle class people that work hard.
Yeah. Right.
So, and obviously my parents are paying my car note now. They're paying the insurance. Lots of they didn't need to pay because Oklahoma State, I could afford to pay some of that stuff, but now I really ain't got nothing. And I had a little stipend check, so we got like $750 a month, but my rent was $600. So my, gas like $50. So I had about $100 for the month. So you gotta make it stretch.
Gotta make it work.
Gotta make it work. So I was up there just grinding. That's why I became a janitor and tried to work and different stuff like that to try to make things work. So just went up there, did my 2 years there. We played Ole Miss. I played DK Metcalf and all of them. My knee just wasn't. I kept coming off the bench. I wasn't even starting my first year there, my junior year. I was coming off the bench. My knee was messed up. I needed time to get warmed up. Right. So I really couldn't play how I wanted to play. Right. So came back my senior year. Was good, knee was better, had a better career, started kind of building a name. And even though we had Chin there, because Chin got drafted from there.
Okay.
Me and Chin went to school together. Yeah, Jeremy Chin. So he got drafted from SIU. He had been there all 4 years. All-American, all that. So they were hyping him up. So that was good for me just to bring other people to come see me.
At the school, right?
Yeah. And I already knew, okay, I'm probably not getting drafted. I already knew. Not because I couldn't get drafted, not because I wasn't good enough, but situation messed up, man. It just wasn't going to be good. And so I knew I needed to have enough stats, enough tape, enough film, and drop certain amount of numbers where I could get a shot. Right. And so end up doing my 2 years there. We went through all that, all the struggles, everything. And I was in dark place. We were all in dark places. Like SIU, we called it like the land of dreams. Like anything was possible. We had so much stuff going on up there. Like, cause we had people, like SIU right now, man. Like, some people come from Chicago and different people, and it's a small school. We only playing in front of 200 people.
What is it, like a graveyard school damn near, bro?
It was ghost town. It was ghost town.
Damn.
It was a ghost town. And playing in front of 200 people. Yeah, people say, who cares? But
200 people.
Friends and family. Damn. It's 2 hours from the airport, 2 hours from the St. Louis airport. How you getting there?
Yeah, that's a push.
That's a push. Man, I rode a bus, a Greyhound bus, to get to the airport so I could fly home.
Yeah. That's deep.
Been there for 2 years?
And obviously, I drove home sometimes, but my parents would send me gas money to get home. That was a 10-hour trip by myself.
Right.
From Illinois to Texas.
A lot of
and
time
back.
to think. A lot of time to think.
A lot of time to think about and obviously, like, damn, I done ruined my whole career. I'm like, damn, look at me. I didn't came from here to there to the bottom. I'm like, God damn, I was hurt.
SIU.
Yeah.
To that first run on the Raiders. How'd you get there?
So, SIU had a great pro day, run a 4.42, jumped to 40, 15 on bench, athletic as hell.
Swall.
Top numbers, all that. If I went to the combine, I'd have been top 5 in everything.
Hell yeah.
Humble brag. Humble brag.
It's a fact.
Talk
Look
shit,
it up.
Dre. Talk
It's a
shit.
fact. It's a fact.
Fact.
I was top, you know what I'm saying? I had
Facts are facts.
50 tackle years, 15 PBUs, 3 picks. Like, I wasn't no bum, even though my knee messed up. But obviously, I didn't have the same support because I'm not going to a big school.
Yeah.
You're not on ESPN every week, all this shit. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't seeing that. And then going to the league, obviously, they go and ask your college coaches. So obviously, Oklahoma State did not say good things about me. So obviously that hurt. And SIU, I wasn't the guy. Chin was the guy, and nothing wrong with that. But obviously, I'm not getting the most publicity because I ain't been there as long.
Yeah.
And 2, I didn't get the accolade. I didn't get the All-Americans and stuff. So it's easier sell for them to talk about him.
You had numbers.
Yeah.
I had numbers, and I had a little bit of tape, and I had length. I'm taller DB, had length. So then a lot of teams reached out. They wanted to talk to me, woo-tee-woo, but a lot of them were concerned about my character because Oklahoma State, and a lot of them didn't. And that was so. Yeah, remember 2020 when I came out. That's when COVID happened.
Yep.
Right.
So I didn't get the personal interviews. I didn't get the personal workouts. We couldn't do none of that. So all scouts had to go off of what that piece of paper said, and obviously it didn't say nothing good.
Yeah, right there with you.
And I had to own that. I had to own it because even Oklahoma State, they shouldn't have did that. But in the day, I still did those things. I still got in the fights. I still talked back, and I have to own that. So I'm not mad at them.
That takes some man maturity.
Nah, for sure.
For you to understand that.
I could blame everything on them. Man, David Dre,
course.
I made my own decisions.
What's that? That's not doing anything.
No, obviously, yeah. If I was a coach, I wouldn't have said nothing. I'd have said he's a great athlete, just didn't work out here.
Yeah.
Left it like that.
Boom.
Left it like that. But they didn't have to do that. They chose to say
in
these
depth.
things
They wanted
and
to
go in depth.
Yeah.
And I still even making it. Some of the dudes didn't make it. I still had better numbers than the dudes that were there. They knew I was a good athlete. Knew I was one of their best corners. But in the day, they got to do what they got to do.
Yeah.
So
Business. We talked about it.
So going through, I'm a COVID baby as well.
Yeah.
So going through that situation, talk with the draft day. Talk us through draft day.
I mean, I was pissed because at that point, remember my numbers start spiking up.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people started recognizing who I was, and they were late to the party though.
Sure.
But
because of the publicity.
You're getting the phone calls. You're
Yeah.
thinking like, okay, I'm gonna get my phone call.
At one point, I projected to go 5th, 6th round.
Yeah.
Right.
At that point, 'cause I'm a tall DB. I just need somebody to take a chance. I know my college career wasn't the best. I know people are saying bad things about me, but that isn't who I am.
Got the
I don't have
numbers,
bad.
got the length,
because
all
I didn't have bad character.
Yeah.
I'm a great locker room guy. He knows I show love. I like this every day. This is who I am.
Bring the juice.
Obviously, whatever they said about me just wasn't true. That was just their perception because they didn't like me. But that's fine. Sure. So I was just praying, man, somebody just give me a shot. Give me a shot. And at that point, I was just like, man, if I could just get on somebody's team, let me get in somebody's camp. And then at first, when they told, you go 5th, 6th round, I'm like, okay, somebody just give me that chance. Because we all know getting drafted is so much better.
Yeah.
It is. It's better. It's more opportunities, more leash, more. It is what it is.
It's more legal.
But at the same time, I didn't think like, oh, I'm supposed to go 2nd round. I knew I wasn't gonna do that.
Right.
I knew I had the talent, but I knew my career wasn't gonna speak for
You're
that.
a realist. You get it.
Yeah.
So obviously, first day that goes by. Second day, I'm like, well, the Cardinals dude had reached out. They like DBs that maybe he can swing something. Maybe I could go 4th round. You know what I'm saying? Third day come. That's okay. This is more realistic for my day.
Yeah.
Okay, so people start going off the board, and so teams start calling my agent like in the 5th round, like, hey, if he doesn't make it, we'll sign him to undrafted free agent contract, boom, 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 and then like I watched the draft from my backyard through the window. That's how I watched. I was pissed because I just knew like, man, if them coaches had just said something good about me or just said, hey, Madre's a good guy, he works hard, it'd have been a difference, and I knew that I wasn't going to get drafted or my name would get called at all just because of what another man said that didn't even know me. And they were going to go off of that because in COVID, a lot of scouts couldn't go and do an in-depth research like they usually do with all the calls and the private interviews.
We played with some dudes that probably should have got a better chance than opportunity.
There's like 4 or 5 of us.
And a lot of teams, if you remember that year, a lot of teams were only drafting people that went to the combine.
Yeah. See, I was blessed. That's a good.
Well, and okay, Dre, you know damn well, like we said, I'll bring the juice many times. Like, let's say you had X amount of tackles. This is your resume. And you go to Bama versus you go to
it doesn't look as good.
State or a Southern Illinois.
Doesn't look as good.
it's really
competition
it's
down. Like
fucked.
Yeah.
exactly.
And-
It's damn near fucked
and
up.
It's almost a slap in the face whenever it tells you, like, if you're that guy, they'll find you.
They'll find
'Cause,
you.
Like if you go to a school, you know, like, come on now, like you like
Maybe.
like I got drafted. I was blessed to go to the combine and all
Right.
that stuff. But like, if I had my same numbers and I went to Wisconsin SEC team, I'd be the second round draft pick. You know what I'm saying? And you can't. I mean, I made all rookie team my rookie year. So like,
Yeah,
you're not gonna sit here and
facts.
tell me like, oh no, you wouldn't have made it. So like, we know, like, dude, like, it's not. They're not going to find you if you go to another team. You know?
Everything
That's
in
what it
life
is.
has
Yeah.
its bias,
No, for sure.
and its assumptions and all that bullshit. Like,
And to me, it's like if you're on the field and you stepping hard enough, you'll get a chance.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, we'll say.
You will get a chance.
We'll
If you're at the top level in your conference, you will get a chance.
Right.
Now, how you do with that chance, how that chance works out, I don't know.
Gotta strike on the iron
how
top,
it comes. I mean, it could be. I mean, shit. I went through it my second year too. I know.
Right.
Like, I mean, it's third down. You ain't played all game. It's the third quarter. You with the
Like, tell me,
halftime. You
I'm
ain't
cold.
did nothing.
Get in.
Hey, third and 8. You're in zero.
Yeah,
Go
get
out
in.
there and lock them up.
Go out there and lock them up, and go out there and get burned if you want to. You
And
won't
what
play
you
again.
Think, and what you think? What do you think the quarterback when they say you come on the field? We think the quarterback. This quarterback sees you walk on the field. He knows
You
ain't
ain't played. I'm going at
What do you
you.
think, what do you think he want to do? He looked
Going
over
at
his
you.
receiver. He gets a little hand signal, and he looked at you. You know what's coming.
No,
You
for
know,
sure.
You know what's coming.
So it was a crazy year because it's just like, dang, man, I ain't get to the workouts would have helped me because then I had the opportunity to explain my story like I'm talking to y'all and show the maturity.
wait, they could, and I'm just
You
saying,
know?
Trey, like we know each other what an hour now.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like you're a high character dude. Like you got your head on
Yeah,
the shoulders.
I'm not no crazy
Also,
man like they think I am. I ain't know
What's
that.
that even about?
I just
Passionate.
yeah, I'm just passionate. That's it.
That's all it is. And I want a dude on my team that loves football.
Yeah.
I want foxhole guys, bro.
Not for sure. And my dad's a blue collar player. We grew up on that, going out there and handling your job, like going out there and smacking people, stepping on people's necks. We were dominating every play. That's what I was taught
Trey,
to do.
I'm not an NFL scout, but if I was at your pro day, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
your stock's going up.
And I did my pro day at Northwestern. I didn't even do it at SIU. I had to pay $250 to do my pro day at Northwestern. And it wasn't guaranteed. I had to run a 40 first. And if they didn't like your 40, you couldn't do nothing else.
What do you mean they didn't like your 40? Like
If they watched your 40 and your 40 time, and they didn't want to see no more, you didn't get to do nothing for the rest of the pro day. SIU had a pro day, but it's in March. It's cold. We don't have an indoor SIU. So it's cold, it's windy, it's rainy.
Tight.
I said, man, there's no way there's no way I
You're not
could
gonna put
have
the same numbers up.
So I said I have to make it past Northwestern 40 times. So yeah, they only guarantee you because we didn't go to Northwestern, obviously.
Yeah.
There's nice allowing us to do a pro day there. We have to pay to go there. And so if my 40, say I had run a 4.6, the scouts may have been like, we don't need to see no.
Yeah. And we're cool off the Southern.
And you don't get to do no jumps, no nothing.
That's fucked
so
up.
me making it past Northwestern was such a blessing that I got to do the drills and do bench and do vertical, and that really propelled me. Because if I didn't make it past that, oh man, I may not been in the league. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Man, one thing that I've just been, I mean, like I said, we know we have mutual guys, my brother Javen and stuff like that. Just getting to know you right now. I mean, just all the stuff we talked about at the beginning, all the real estate stuff you're doing, all the college stuff you went through, different teams you played in the NFL. I mean, do you think that all that stuff you went through from the jump propelled you to where you are now?
Facts. It made me, one, appreciate ball that much more, because I feel like at some point when everything's going right in ball, I would tell like Michael would tell me this, like when ball's not going right, it feels like nothing in life is going right. I swear, like I don't know, something about it is just intertwined because of how deep we're in this. And then like all those trials and tribulations helped me, made me a better man, a better person, a better teammate, a better player. So when I go to these teams, I'm always going to show good. I'm always going to show good favor. I'm always going to smile because I'm just thankful to be in the building. And then when I do get cut, I know how to take it because I have been talked about. I have been downed. I have been counted out. So when they cut me, I don't take it personal because it isn't personal.
It's business.
It's business. So I can still sit there and smile in the face because I know that in that job, in that building, and those teams I played for, I went hard. I did everything I was supposed to do.
You're an asset.
Yeah.
I did everything I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
I didn't do it because I didn't show up on time. I'm not late. I knew what to do. It's just business.
Yeah.
And that helped, like you said, that helped me be able to keep getting signed and keep being on teams and just keep putting a good name out there for myself. Because you remember in the league, I'm still fighting my college stuff. Yeah. You don't think teams that signed me knew my report? You don't think they were waiting for me to do something crazy? You don't think they were waiting on me to
fight?
Waiting for me to fight? Mm-hmm. And in college, it wasn't like I was fighting because I woke up and just wanted to fight somebody.
In college, there's days in fall camp where you've been working out all summer together and you're getting after it, and all of a sudden you're like, bro, we finally got some helmets on. Like, you get it. You get
It wasn't like I woke. Yeah.
the bigger tight end real quick, and he holds on a little longer. You hold on a little longer.
Yeah.
You give him a couple of these. Also,
Yeah, it wasn't like, I'm just gonna start fighting today. Like, nah, bro. Or like, I remember one time like I caught a pick and talking smack to the receiver, and next thing you know he smacks me. So yeah, I'm gonna fight him. I'm a man.
That's fight worthy.
I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? Or one time I got cut in practice. Dude was mad he couldn't block me, so he cut me. Yeah, I'm gonna beat you up. You could have blew out my knee. You cut me in practice. You don't cut me
live.
No.
Oh, I was gonna say
no. We're practicing.
I'm cutting the shit out of somebody. But unless it's not live. That's
it's not. We're just practicing. It was a blocking drill.
Oh no.
How you gonna cut me in a blocking drill? Literally receiver DB blocking drill, and he cut me. That's all. No, you got. Yeah.
So one thing we talked about: you don't drink alcohol. Don't do smoke. None of that.
Never been my thing.
Do you like pistachios?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Good source of protein.
No.
Hey, you like pistachios?
Yeah.
Because this podcast is hosted by the American Pistachio Growers Association.
Okay, that's dope.
Bro. If you want pistachio, if you want to perform like the pros, eat your pistachios, bro.
Pistachios are a good source of protein. Y'all should eat that.
Bro.
Hey,
for sure.
You want unlimited pistachios for the rest of your life?
Really? I could do that?
Bro.
Bring the juice could give that to you.
Bring the juice. Let me tell you. Let them know.
I got you, Dre. Listen.
Plug me
these are the
in.
best part of protein you could possibly have. You throw in your mouth, nice little pick me up, whatever you want to do.
Nah, for sure. I eat pistachios a lot because I'm a skinny guy. I play DB and I be having problems eating weight, so I be needing to snack a lot.
You like the shelled ones, pre-shelled ones? Which ones do you?
I like the shell. I like this. No homo or not. I just suck on the. I guess I can't say that. Cut that out. Dang, I can't say that. Cut that out. Don't put that in there.
Hey, clip that shit.
Yeah, no, you can't put that in there. Sorry, but I like to suck on them because I like the flavor. I like to suck on the shells. I know.
Hey, Sip said the same shit, bro.
I know.
Sip was like, homo.
Hey,
the little green ones? Sip's never had a pistachio.
Oh, it's good. Pistachios are good.
Nah,
I got you the flavored ones. All
for sure. Hit me up.
I got you.
Yeah, plug me in.
And
I'm always looking for sponsorships and deals, man. I'll promote anything. I ain't got no deals, no clothing, no shoes, no Nike, no nothing.
Hey, bring the juice.
What's up?
What you want as an ambassador right now?
Put me on.
Unlimited hats, shirts,
Yeah.
bunch of other shit. But
I'll rock it. Take good photos. All that.
Fresno,
my camera bag. All that.
Alma Mater.
Yeah.
You can check out Dervo's Deli, which is the
that.
premier chicken sandwich of the valley.
Oh.
best sandwich spot.
We got the fries that'll cross your eyes. The shakes that'll make you quake, bro. And we got the burgers.
Okay,
We
I'm
got
with
all
that.
Nice crispy bread. The
I'm
bacon,
with that.
That thinly sliced pickle.
I'm with that.
All of it, bro.
And we got to shoot videos, content. I'm big on content this year.
Oh, bro.
I brought my own camera bag. I be
Whoa.
shooting. You know what I'm saying? I be taking photos. I took some in flicks.
I need to flick after.
Yeah, for sure.
He got some flips.
Yeah, I'm decent with it. I'm learning. I'm getting better.
Dre, before we wrap this up real quick, because I got to flag the camera.
Nah, for sure.
I got one question for you, bro.
Talk to me.
You got this positive vibe, bro.
Yeah,
you bring
man.
the juice. You
I'm
fire
blessed.
it up, you get your piss on.
I'm
And I love
blessed.
that shit. And
I'm
your
blessed.
energy, being a man who's been out of sports for a while, one of the reasons I started this podcast is because I had such a positive mindset of how to attack every day.
No, for sure.
And shit doesn't always go your way.
It does not.
But you understand when you're a young man as an athlete, and your father sounds like he was a phenomenal.
No,
he is
for
a
sure.
phenomenal
He
man.
is, for sure.
He's pushed you. My dad pushed me in our unique way. I told you I'm a farm kid. My brothers are now growing into successful young athletes. I've done my time. I got a podcast now. Right. I'm the shitty athlete in the family.
It's okay. You went through it. You grinded.
I mean,
and remember, let me tell you, kids, football is not the only way to make money, and it's not the only fulfillment in life. It's a good part of your life.
Yes.
It's a great moment. You make a lot of great people, but it's not the end all be all. You can still do other things.
So, Dre, what leads me to this last question here. That same mindset, and this is my reason I started bringing the juice. If I could take that mindset that tricked me into running as hard as I can,
Facts.
in every single drill,
Put
being
that
the
in.
best version of myself I could possibly be as an athlete, and apply that as a businessman, a father, a
You'll
man
be
in my
successful.
community, a husband,
You'll be
whatever it might
successful.
be. How can I do it? So what's your plan once you're done playing football? Once the cleats, they got no bottoms anymore, and it's over. Because that day is going to come for everybody.
Yeah, because I tell my people all the time, like, Javen, I'm going to play football until I can't run no more. I don't care what nobody says.
So the wheels
I
fall
will
off.
play on every team. I don't care. And I will give every team the same amount of effort. I will go hard. Like the Steelers. Man, I want to put – this is Mike Tomlin, man. This is Steelers. This
Mike
is
Tomlin.
This
That's
is
a good
the
franchise.
This is terrible towels.
That's a good
You don't think
franchise.
I'm not going to go out there like I did every other
And
team
yellow, black and
and
yellow.
go – as hard as I can to get them. I don't care. So at this point, yeah, I want to play defense. I want to play corner. I don't know if y'all do that. I play corner. Yeah, I want to start. I want all that. But at the end of the day, I'm going to give the team what they need. If they want me to run down and kick off and knock somebody's head off, That's what I'm giving them.
Yep.
Yeah.
They want me to go down there and block on punt. That's what I'm giving them. The best gunner in the league. That's what I'm giving them. Because to me, it's not about you all the time.
Nah.
I'm giving the team the best what they need. Now, yeah, I want to play corner, and yeah, I want to start. Yeah, I want to make $50 million. But at the end of the day, I'm going to give what the team needs. And if that's my role, that's my role. And I'm going to go hard as hell at it. I promise you that.
Hey, we're gonna clip that shit, bro. Steeler Nation is going crazy.
I'm gonna go hard as hell at it. They're getting everything they got from me. As long as I can run, as long as these bones work, I'm playing ball.
Hell yeah.
Now afterwards, I would like to. The goal is I want to have 100 properties. So I want to have 100 properties.
You have a goal.
I want to have 100 properties. Yes, I started with the Airbnbs, and I want to continue doing that because I feel like it'll be around for a long time. But I want to have 100 properties, that I'm building equity, that I own, clear and free from the bank.
Sure.
Pay me for the rest of my life because that's residual income you get forever.
Yes.
And then I would like to also, I want to get into startups one day where I can get into like the Postmates and the Ubers before they were Ubers and Postmates.
Yeah.
Get into these companies at the ground level. That's my next step.
The easiest thing.
It's not, but that's my next step. And obviously, maybe I speak well. I have good energy. Maybe I'll be an analysis or an announcer, something like that. But I would like for my investments in real estate to pay for my life. Then after that, I'm able just to do other things and, be a great father and be a great husband and get married one day and just do business. Like I want to do deals, man. I want to be like, I want to be like LeBron and them. I want to be able to call certain companies up and have signature this and signature that and set up an event and do this and do that, or have a joint camp and we go here. I don't know. I want to be able to do things every day.
Stuff, bro.
Yeah, I want my name to hold weight. I want people when they think about Madre Harper and they think about Madre Harper Enterprises or whatever business I'm in, that I do good business, that my name holds weight, that what I say I'm going to do, I'm going to do it. When I do, it's going to be successful. And it could be anything because you never know what type of deal is going to come for us. Like, your pistachio thing. That was a complete, you took a chance. When I say a chance, like, you went out there, you had an open mind.
Wow.
Big co-host.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Things like that. I'm into that stuff. Like, man, I don't care if I believe in the product and I like it. Yeah, I want to endorse it. Yeah, I want to be a part of it.
Right.
I want to be in movies. I want to act, man. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
I got a great person. I feel like I could be in front of the screen. Yeah, I may take some classes. I may need some classes. I may need some direction.
Nah, man,
but I would do it.
Bro. Fuck that.
You know what I'm saying? I'll go do it. I'll be an extra in the movie and have one part. So I think all that stuff is just great to keep doing everything that life has to offer.
Build your name, build your brand, network,
yeah.
strike with the iron saw, capitalize on things. Dre, before I wrap it up, anything you want to say to Bring the Juice Nation?
Man, bring the Juice Nation. Man, y'all need to come out. Go grind, get to it every day. Y'all want to be famous, you want to have money, you want to do all this, but y'all don't want to put the same work in. If you put the same amount of time you do it is just watching this podcast and worrying about what other people are doing, I promise you'll be that much better in life. Yes, and you know what? Pray to the Most High, pray to God, man. Have somebody in your life that's going to support you, your lady, your mom, your friend. And man, every day you wake up, just attack it. Because to me, it's a blessing every day we wake up. Every day we wake up, we open our eyes is a blessing. And so every day we have another day to attack this. That's why I don't never rest. You should never rest. Why? Rest for what? You rest when you die. Real talk. Every day you could be productive doing something.
Yeah. Man, let me tell you, I appreciate Frank hosting the Bring the Juice House.
Man, we coming back out to Dallas.
Here in Dallas. I mean, my boy Dre, I knew I was hyping him up all day. I knew he would come through. I mean, this is a great show.
He thought I wasn't going to come.
Loved it.
Great app. Be sure to follow Dre on the pod. Follow Mike on the pod. Co-host and Bring the Juice down. I think it's official at this point.
It is.
God damn. Buy your merch.
It is.
Subscribe. Unsubscribe.
Buy the merch.
Follow the YouTube.
YouTube.
Hey,
TikTok, Instagram.
If you did an Airbnb in the area, hit him with Dre's properties. We're going to plug him on.
Hey, man, we doing coaching. I got a guy for you. We doing coaching. Y'all need some Airbnb coaching. Come on.
I damn near might come out to Dallas in the next week or two, and I might rent out one of your Airbnbs.
Do it. I got your link, man.
That'd be a good move.
No, for sure.
A little move. That's what
and we could do like a little podcast there, and then we could right in there.
Something.
Downtown Dallas. I got a rooftop and everything. It's cold. Yeah, it's player.
Little rooftop.
Yeah, it's player.
We're getting after it.
It's player.
All right.
Get your piss hot. Fire me up. We'll see y'all next week. Bring the juice.
Appreciate you guys. Peace out.